Welcome to our used 2015 Torque 290 TQ. Coming right down the side here, you got some exhaust vents here. They open up from the inside of the unit. Right here, if we pop this open, little thumb latch over on the left side there holds it open for you. This is your gas spout. You got your filler right there. Switch for it's just this guy here. Clip that down, fires it up, and see she gets going. Simple as that. Fuel inlet for the unit. It's just right here. You get your cap. You're just standard Ford style. You're just undoing it. Pops on out of there. Right. Previous owner did delete the gauge. It would have been found right in here. You can see that's no longer there. Gray tank right down here. So you open up that gate valve there, allows your gray tank to drain itself out. Gray tank is filled from your sinks as well as your shower. Typically going to be your cleanest water, so you're going to want to do this last, as opposed to your black valve, which is right up top here. So you get that black valve on the left there. You'll be dumping that first, of course. Once that's done, you can then come to the gray. This gray tank is going to be filled from your sink as well as your shower. The one in the back there is going to be dedicated to your kitchen sink. Exterior shower right there. I don't have the key for it. You will have it. Hot and cold water in there. A little head in there has a little depress or a little kind of button on it. You'll press that, allows water to flow. Your water hose is getting attached right there. Then you got this valve right here with it pointed down. That's it running in city. With it off to the side, it'll allow you to winterize the unit. So you'll have another hose that would draw out of from here. Normal is going to be right up top. I believe that's just referring to a tank fill. All right. And then tank over on the left side there just fills up your water tank. Underneath is your generator access. Pop this on open and you get these two little tabs there. We can undo those. You get access to this one button right there. You have the same button inside that works the exact same way, so I'll kind of go over it once we get inside. Once you're done, just locking it back down. Of course, the generator has an exhaust, so that's just right here. You just want to make sure it's not blocked off. It does get hot. You can see in this corner, as well as each corner of the trailer, you get these stabilizer jacks. All they do is they run down, contact the ground, give another turn or so just to firm it up, and that'll get rid of any sort of bounce or sway that you currently have in the unit. And then also right in the back there, you can see your two low point drains. You just have those little valves. You open those up, allows the water system to drain itself out. To drain your freshwater tanks, just this valve right there. You open it up, freshwater tank drains itself out. Simple as that. Right here's a black tank flush valve. So you may notice over time, after having gone and dumped your black tank, your monitor panel is still reading a third or 2/3, whatever it may be. Typically, it's just some debris inside of the tank hanging between the probes. So what you can do is take your water hose, plug it into there, open up your black valve, turn on the water, and that'll flush out that tank for you. Cable and satellite inlets there. Coax cable plugs into the respective ports, fires up at your TV location. Power cord inlet pops on open. You get a little notch in the bottom corner there, lines up with this notch here. Press those in together and a little 1/8 turn will lock it down. Then you get the threaded collar in the back there to properly lock it into place. As you follow the cord back, you're going to find a standard 30 amp end there. Most campsites have that. You can just plug straight on in and you're good to go. We do also provide you with a 15 amp adapter, so if you're looking to plug in at home to charge your batteries or run your fridge, you got the power to do so. Around to the front of the unit, you get these little 3 latches here. So you get the 2 tops as well as the front and center. Pop those out, and then we can get this cover out of the way. Then you can see in here we've got 1 of 2 battery boxes. So your battery's housed right inside of here. As long as you're plugged into that short cord in the back or your 7-pin to your tow vehicle, that battery will be charging for you. 2 propane tanks there. So you can see this little changeover in the front is currently blank, pointing off to this tank. So it's letting us know we've got propane and we're running off of this tank. If it were to go red, it's just letting you know that tank's now empty. At that point, you'll close it off, flip the change over to the other side, run off of this tank while you get the other one filled. In front's a power tongue jack. On the left is a light switch. On the right, down is up and up is down. On this side of the units here, you got another storage compartment. Pops on open, magnetic latch holds it open for you. This guy right here is just a vent for the other battery, which is housed right inside of here. Up on that front wall there, you've also got a little light. It just has this own switch on it to fire it up. Inside of here, you'll also find your sewer hose. The sewer hose has the same 2 ears on it that your sewer caps have, so that'll attach the same way, just kind of pressing it in, turn it until it locks down. You also get your water hose inside of here. Inside of that water hose, you find your park adapter, so your 30 amp cord would go into there, 15 to a standard household outlet. This clip right here is just for your breakaway cable up front. Customers opted to go with the weight distribution hitch, so we just got that stored in here for them. Your sway control will have to be installed with the vehicle present, if you were to choose to have the sway control installed. Right. Little T-latch here would just sit into the door right there, holds it open for you. Right beside it, you get your hot water tank. You just line up that keyway and you can pop it on open. All your controls for firing it up are just inside the unit. Before turning it on with either source though, we just want to hit this relief valve right there. Make sure you get that shot of water coming out. If you're not getting that water coming out of there, there is a chance that it's empty and you do run the risk of burning out your elements. You just want to make sure it's full before firing it up. Once you're done, just locking it back down with the keyway. 2 exterior speakers here with GFI protected outlet kind of in between them. Right underneath that, you'll find your exhaust for your furnace. So if you're ever running a furnace, you just want to make sure it's not blocked off. It does get hot. Straight up from there, you'll find your stove vent. So of course, propane stove is putting off fumes. So you just want to make sure that that flap there is opened up so that your fan inside can evacuate said fumes. Once you're done, just clicking it into place. And that'll prevent any dust from kicking up in there while you're out traveling. This guy here is just a service port for your fridge. Nothing really there for you to worry about. And then kind of up from there, you'll see another one of those exhaust vents for this back garage area. So then right into the back of the unit, you get your 2 travel doors there. Undo the latches and swing them out. Then you get the handle here, you're gonna pull that. You'll start sliding on down. It is a heavy door, so just keep that in mind. Right. Then you would drive up, load up, whatever. So you can see that the table here is just on those 3 legs. The tabletop will wiggle out of those legs, and then the legs will wiggle out of their bases. And then if we just sneak up towards the front here, we have 3 light switches here. So the one on the right is going to do some scare lights in the back, so just kind of loading lights, if you will. One in the center here does your interior lights, and then the one on the left does a porch light right outside your entry door. Right in the back there, you can see you have a power outlet for it, or 2 power outlets there, as well as a cable and satellite outlets. If you want TV back here, it's getting mounted right there. For your little exhaust vents, you're going to kind of pull that handle in towards yourself, and you can just kind of turn it either way. So of course, you just want to make sure that you're kind of maximizing airflow through here if you're running anything. Right. The entry door, pretty straightforward, in and out. You get all your hooks in here as well, kind of hanging things up, as well as a fire extinguisher right by the entry door. Now underneath here, you'll also find this bed lift control switch. If you press and hold up, you'll notice that the couches come up. Right, so you can take your couches and you can flip these guys over, and you basically, of course, with the table out of the way, it would flip right down. It would create a flat surface. That flat surface will come up all the way to your bed lift here. Then if you kind of push up on it, that's basically what your couch would be doing. It'll just be pushing up on it. You'll undo these latches, then you can see it would just come back down with the bed lift. Right, that allows you to kind of use the bunk space that is up there. Right. Otherwise, you are just bringing it down, leaving it kind of set up as your dinette area. And there we go. All right. So now we're going to go back out and we'll go through that front door. So for your steps, you're just grabbing that front handle, flip it on out, flip that last step over. As you come inside to the front, another fire extinguisher there, so that's standard, both of them, pull the pin, point, and shoot. Beside that's your LP detector, propane saved in air, sits on the floor. This guy detects it and starts going off just like a smoke detector would. A little bit of storage underneath here. Then on the opposite wall, you've got your awning switch, press and hold out, makes its way out, simple as that. Once you're done, press and hold in, it comes back in. For your slide out, press and hold out, and that guy will make its way out. Once it's out all the way, we'll just hear some clicks in the motors, letting us know they've reached their stall. Once you hear that, you'll let go of the switch. So while we're waiting on that, up above that, we got your light switches on the right here. Does your porch light outside. One in the center does a scare light in the front. No, the center one does an awning light. It's in the head of your awning, so you do need it out all the way to see it. Light switch on the left does your interior lights. So that's your slide all the way out there now. Up top, we've got your monitor system. So on the top, or on the bottom left here, you've got your water pump switch. So you turn that on, turns on your water pump, drawing out of your fresh tank to pressurize your lines. Water heater on gas right in the center there. You turn that switch on, it'll fire up on gas. If this check light there were to come on, it's just letting you know it hasn't fired up. At that point, just off, back on to reset it. Water heater on electricity is on the right side. Fire it up, simple as that. Monitor systems on the left there. We've got battery. You can see we're currently C for charging. G would be good, F is fair, L is low. Your fresh tank, as you fill that up, will go to a third, 2/3, and full. Same idea for your black, your gray 1, and your gray 2. Your gray one is going to be your bathroom. Gray 2 is your kitchen sink. Your bathroom itself is right in through here. You'll come into here, and your light switch is over on the right there. GFI protected outlet kind of down beside it. Test on the bottom, reset on top. So if you ever have outlets that don't work, it's the first thing you should check. Hot and cold water at the sink, of course, as well as your little medicine cabinet there. Into the shower, and your travel latch is just on the left side there. Slide that open, you can pop it on open. Then you get hot and cold water there, of course, standard head and hose. Toilet's right beside it, flips on open, you get your flusher on the right side. A little bit of storage straight up from it. And there's also a little bit of storage underneath the sink. Just be mindful of your drains and your water lines down there. Of course, don't want to be breaking none of that. Right around the corner from there, we get your thermostat. You press that bottom bar to wake it up. It's going to first come into fan. Typically, you're going to want to just leave that in auto, unless, of course, you're just looking to move some air forward and back. Then you can select your high or low fan, just to move some air around. Again, though, typically just leaving that in auto. After fan, if you hit that mode button, it'll come down into cool. It'll turn off. And it'll run on the air conditioner. Great. So with the AC going, you got 2 different options. You can have this louver here closed, in which case we're using all of our ceiling ducting to move the air, or you can just open it up and it dumps all of its air into the living room here. So when you first get to your campsite, you want that open, cool off the living space as quickly as possible, then you can close it off, start moving the air throughout. After cool it, you hit that mode button again, it'll come down into furnace, it'll turn off the air conditioner, turn on your furnace. Your furnace will be moving its air through all your floor registers. And after furnace, you hit mode again, it just cycles back down into that on-off mode, and then just kind of goes back around. Straight up from there, you'll find your smoke detector. Pretty standard, nothing special there. Into the front bedroom, your light switch is just right up on this wall here. Then you've got a little storage compartment underneath the bed. If you just pick that up, there is a little bit underneath there. It is an upgraded mattress, so it is a bit heavier to pick up than what I'm sure they initially intended. Closet space over on the side here, and open storage across the top. There's also a little reading light right in the center here. It has this little switch right on the front there. You just slide that left and right. If you're looking to winterize the unit yourself once it comes time, right underneath the mattress here, this panel here comes out, and your water pump is just kind of right in the back corner there. Right on the opposite side of it is your converter. Press it top and center to pop it on open. All of your breakers on the left side here. Whenever breaker breaks, it sits in the middle, so just turn it off and then back on to reset it. Fuses are all on the right side. Whenever a fuse pops, you get a little red LED right beside it, letting you know exactly which one went. Up on the wall from there, you've got your generator control, so you're going to press and hold the bottom of that button. You'll get this red light turned on. Once you have it going, then you can press and hold start. You can hear she fires right up. Once you're done, just press stop, and that'll turn it all off. And like I said, outside it is the exact same switch. It'll operate the exact same way out there. You also have the little hour meter there, so you can monitor all of your maintenance. Open this closet here. Inside of here, you're also going to find this remote is just the control for that ceiling fan there. Right. Emergency exit here, signified by the red handles. You'd be pulling those in towards you. The whole window slides on out, and then you'd hop on out. Storage in your slide out here. There's a little light installed by the previous owner. I believe it's just a little push button thing. Yep. Some drawers here as well. All the couches, they do recline. Your little pull tabs over on the left side there. Got all the cup holders with it as well. For those lights, they're all just on this switch here. Simple as that. The patio entrance gives you that entrance into your back shop there. TV's right up from there. Pretty straightforward. It is all hooked up right in the back here. Yeah. Little medicine cabinet or liquor cabinet, whatever you want to call it. Fridge here is fully automatic. As long as it's on, it's going. If you have a red light there, you just want to turn it off and back on just to reset it. If it's still a red, then you've got an issue. Freezer up top. Fridge down low. Storage underneath it. Return air for your furnace right beside it. So of course, making sure that's not blocked off. For the oven, you're going to turn those knobs over to light, hit it with the sparker, it fires right up. Once you're done, just turning it back off. Then for the oven, you're going to grab a lighter, turn it over to pilot, press that knob in and hold it. Then right in the back there, you can get that pilot light going. Once you have it going, you just hold the knob for another couple of seconds, then you can release and the flame will hold itself. Turn up to your desired temperature and she fires right up. Once you're done, turn it back down just to pilot and hold just the pilot light for you. But if you're going traveling, you want to make sure it's right off. Stove vent above it, you get your light as well as your fan here. So this is that fan that you want turned on, that flap outside opened up. Microwave, pretty standard, just like home. More storage. More storage. Underneath or above the sink is a little light there. Again, just in its own little slider. Hot and cold water at the sink, of course. And again, just more storage, being mindful of your drains and your water lines. Right. And lastly is just going to be your antenna here. You have this little knob. You're going to turn that and so open it up. Once it's up all the way, it'll just kind of stop in place. Right, then you can pull it down, turn it, looking for your best signal. Wherever you find it, you're going to leave it there. Before going traveling though and bringing it back down, you want to make sure those two arrows are lined back up. Then you can turn it back down. That just ensures that it sits inside of the channel so that it's not flying around while you're going traveling. And same deal, once it's down all the way, it just kind of stops in place. Lastly, is actually your stereo right here. So of course, just singled in, pretty straightforward. Not really much I can go over there actually. Power button turns it on. It's also your source button. After that, pretty straightforward. All right, so that's about it for this unit. If you've got any other questions on it, please feel free to give us a call, 204-237-7272.